Good. I think it's going.
Hey guys, this is the Honesty Issue. I'm Sky.
And I'm Katie.
And today we're going to be talking about therapy.
Love therapy.
Yeah, it's good for you, despite what society will tell you.
The first thing we want to talk about is how to find help or where to find therapy.
Where do you start?
It's hard. We both have found good therapists through our college,
Excellent.
which is super fortunate, and it's free. Hashtag blessed. Most of the time you can just Google it, like therapists in your area.
Therapy services in your area.
I don't think there's like a therapist Tinder.
Also, but also if you're in school, they'll have counseling services. And I know even when I was a wee little Schuyler, I would go to counseling services in like middle school. I was just born with that urge, like I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I wasn't, but therapy is super important to go to, and it's important to go as often as your therapist wants you to go. So if that is once a week, or every other week, or once a month, whatever they suggest is probably what you should be doing.
Yeah, they want best for you. And there is a difference between seeing a psychiatrist and therapist as well.
Psychiatrists will give you medicine,
Yes.
which we will talk about next
Later
video.
times. Yeah.
But a therapist is just someone that you talk to and like work through your issues with.
They will teach you coping skills, how
Coping
to
skills.
manage your anger, your sadness, give you skills for life.
What should you expect going into your first therapy session?
We can tell already you're scared, but it's
Yes,
okay. You're
it's
gonna
hard.
make it through this.
It's hard to make that first step.
It is. A lot of questions in the beginning. 2 sessions are going to be awkward. There is no getting around that. It's just gonna happen. We all do it, but it gets better.
It gets better after the first, I would say the 3rd session is probably as the last awkward session you'll
You
ever
kind
have.
of just need to like feel each other out.
And it's totally okay after the first few sessions if you realize that this therapist isn't for you and to switch. Sometimes it takes a while to find the right therapist. I definitely have moved around a lot since going to therapy
You need
in college.
to find one that you connect with and that you understand their coping skills.
Yeah.
Like for me right now, I'm seeing someone that works so much with meditation skills and therapy through that and just kind of relaxing. And that's been working really awesome. That might not be your thing. Maybe you're more into clearing your head through lists, tackling one issue at a time, and that's totally fine.
And I'm definitely more of just learning how to express how I feel to other people. I really like my therapist to just be very blunt with me about the steps I need to be taking and what I need to do to get better. You have to find a therapist that works with how your brain works. Does that make sense? Concerns.
Yes.
I'm sure you have a lot of them.
You know, the idea of therapy, it's kind of weird, but with the stereotypes like, oh, you're going to therapy, you're really messed up. You know, it's going to be some weird guy that's just going to stare you down the whole time.
And you're not gonna like lay on a couch.
Yeah,
And like,
I've never done that.
yeah, I sit in
yeah.
a very comfortable chair and cry.
They're really cool. They just want you to be as comfortable as possible.
They know you're not gonna talk unless you feel comfortable.
And they'll give you as much time as you need, too.
What would you say are some main concerns like that we've had?
I was first starting to go to therapy. I was so concerned for some reason that everyone was going to know.
Yes.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to find
I've
out.
ran into maybe one person at the counseling center before. I knew she had issues and she knew I had issues.
But the thing
so
is,
like,
you can do like a head nod, like, that sucks.
acknowledge that it's there. Your therapist isn't gonna tell your parents, very confidential, unless that you say that you're going to like hurt yourself in a major
Serious
way.
stuff.
They're not
or
gonna
hurt someone else.
Yeah, they're not gonna talk to your parents or the authorities or anything like that. Everything you say is confidential. I think that's.
But the important thing is remembering not why you're going to therapy, but your goals of going to therapy. You're doing this because there's something about you that needs to get better, and that's okay. It's just like healing a wound, like you'd put some antibiotics on it or something. This is the same thing, but for your brain. They're gonna help you in any way that you can. I think this is one of the best steps that you can do in starting to change whatever is making you upset or is hurting you in the worst way.
I think it's super important to remember to go. You have set goals for yourself and your therapist is there because you haven't been able to achieve those goals by yourself yet. So if you don't go or if you miss even one session, like that can genuinely throw you off if you're not ready to
get back on track as soon as possible.
Yeah, so make sure you're going, and if you can't make it for some reason, make sure you reschedule for as soon as possible. Don't live your life thinking, oh, I just have to make it to my next therapy appointment. Because your therapist isn't there to save you.
No.
Your therapist is just there to give you tools and support so you can save yourself. Nobody can save you but
yourself. It's important to know that although it might be hard to understand, therapy isn't a one-time thing. It's something that you have to work through. You're going to be so much stronger the more you go, and they're going to be really happy to see that, and you're going to...
So, we want to talk about some funny stories that we have with going to therapy.
Yeah.
I've been in therapy since I was like 15, so I have seen many therapists. I saw 2 therapists that had funny haircuts and made me made it hard to concentrate on them. But my first had like the worst things. Like half of them were down here and then half of them were up here. And like I couldn't concentrate on anything. I left that therapist. My parents found me a different one, and she had been in her 60s or 70s, and she had like silver hair but like with like a pink tint to it.
Dude, what a babe.
And wore like Native American
like
jewelry.
Yes.
And snake skin.
She killing it.
She was beautiful.
I think my first official therapist made me sign a waiver that I wouldn't like kill myself, like a contract, like a serious contract. I was like, what are you gonna do if I break it? Which is not a good thing to think about, but I thought it was the weirdest thing I had ever heard of.
Yeah, that would be super weird your first time going to therapy.
It was my first time, and I guess my first like real therapist, she's like, yeah, no, I do this with all my clients. I'm still here, so I guess it worked, but not because of that reason. That was just weird. Changing your therapist. Totally normal. If you don't dig the pink hair, find somebody else. It's cool.
They should be like your friend.
Like a weird doctor friend, but someone that you trust with, you know, your private thoughts. Be as honest as possible with them, and they're gonna take care of you. It's gonna be okay.
Therapy's good for you, so go.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. We love you, and take care. Hey guys, by the way, feel free to ask any questions that you might have, or concerns or advice. We'd love to address them in our videos.
If you want to ask questions, you can ask us on our Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, email. All of those are in the description box below.
If you have
or comment on YouTube. That's fine too.
And we'll be back.
True facts with Schuyler.
Schuyler fact talking about the real issues. Yeah, and then there's kinetic, I think.
Whatever. Anyway, it's like that.
Man,
she's right.
Put up the cheesiness today. Holy cow.